Hi, I'm Kathleen, and I will be going through my lane detection code. So pretty much I imported all the necessary items I'll need, like CV and Enme, and then I identified which video I will be looking at so I can capture a frame from it. Here are all the values, like initial values I put in just for later on. So here I'm grabbing a frame, so I'm just grabbing a screenshot from the video camera. In the snip, I'm cutting it down so it's easier for the mask so I don't have a bunch of noise. And then the mask, I'm having it so I just have the road and an angular view, the convex. Then in the thrust, I'm taking away color and I'm trying to show what I'm looking for. And then in the blur, I'm making the image more clear and then looking for the edges, which just shows the edges of the colors and values I'm looking for. And then I will be looking at the lines to set up the lines using all those other items using HW4. So pretty much I started off by using those things I just mentioned and creating different images of them using the previous thing. So I came down and then I took a copy of the original image I had so I could use that to put my lanes on top of. And here are my lines. So to figure out the lines, I ended up doing 2 for loops. So the HW4 gives us the rows and the thetas of each singular point from a whole bunch of different lines. So I took each of those individual rows and thetas and I separated them so that way I could define them here. And then I needed to convert from polar to Cartesian, and that's what I did here so that I could properly find the average value of those lines to get the correct line for this value, for these time values. I then gave these integers so I could find an average slope or find the slope here to figure out which, just in general, like which lines were going to be the positive, which lines were going to be the negative direction out of all the values given from the lines. So here I said if the slope is bigger than 1, obviously it's going to be the left lane. So here I have set up how to find the average. So here I've just collected the sums in this if loop, and that's going to be all those and then adding up the iterations. So the next one I can take that sum and divide it by the iterations of how many times I work through that if loop. So then I can find the average slope here, find what b is through the basic mx plus b form. And then here I've set up values to show where the new values are of lanes using the slope average and the light intercept. I did the same exact thing. So if the slope is less than 1, it shows the right. And I found the sums and the averages and the iterations in the same exact way so that I could show and so that I could find the correct new placing of the values. And so I could get a straight line that has the new values, the correct averaged out values. From there, I said if it does not equal these values, then, or if those values no longer equal 0, because I originally made them 0, then it should create this line using the road, using this point and the middle point I've mentioned here and the below point, and to give it this certain color, certain line. So I will show you how it looks. It is not good. It does not properly do what I wanted it to do. I think I'm confused a little bit about, I'll stop this. I think I'm a little bit confused about using this area here because I was trying to create new points. And I don't think I created these new points from the other points correctly. And I tried to get the angle, and I think I made a mistake here, especially when creating new values that use these averages to find the new points at finding new points at each step along the way using these iterations. So I think as it goes through the loop, it's not correctly pinpointing the new, oh, this is the new x below, this is the new x middle value. Instead, it's possibly just giving me little segments of other areas that I not possibly want to dig in. So when it's the final, it does that. And if I see jumpy, I forgot to put in my value for the other video, so I will do that real quick. So now the new one. Even with the more noise and everything, I still get the same type of output with these lines. So had I had the right code with my new points, I think this would have been correct. So I'll share my code. Hopefully it was a minor mistake and I'm not too far off from what I'm supposed to be understanding.